And it looks like we're live. All right. Who do we got on? Got kind of one from every weight class, huh? Let's see. There's no one else yet. Oh, there we go. Well, since we have these two on, we can do Titan weight first, I think. It's the entire class is just these two people. Or you can start on your own. I don't really care either way. Some people like a countdown, some people don't. Oh, Maddie. Alright, that's fine. We'll be able to make that work. There you go. There's a 3-2-1. Who doesn't love a classic 3-2-1? And yes, we do live stream the technically the health of these people, but I usually live stream with like a good like few minutes of a delay, so it's really not even worth to watch while fighting. So it's not really going to tell you anything specific, honestly. Oh yeah, I have a super long delay. Like 4 minutes long. So it's really not going to tell anyone worthwhile what's happening during a fight. If anyone was ever wondering why I live stream with the health turned on, that's just so that we as the audience get to view what's happening. I'll be honest, I almost never play any of these higher weight like classes, any of the apexes, or even really heavyweights most of the time, as they might be qualified. Really love Serato when I do play. Latin's been pretty fun recently, playing on officials. So I really don't know what even is the best strategy anymore. The game has changed quite a lot since I've been able to play all the time versus being busy with work all the time now. But it is still very fun hosting these fight nights and being able to see what people are going to do, how the game changes in terms of combat, and keeping me up to date just even with these little glimpses of watching, because all the death matches, being an admin and being able to watch whenever I wanted to is pretty nice. It just dogpiles too fast and it just kind of gets out of hand, which kind of is the feeling on official these days, is just being able to dogpile on everyone. You have 13 people and like Impact Crater or Grand Plains or some hotspot, and it's just they roll through, kill everyone. They shout and chat GG on top, whatever, and then they all log off, and you probably got caught in the crosshairs of that, and that usually just stinks. Looks like we're going with tail swings mostly here. Seems like the overall strategy is a headbutt, and I think that missed. It seemed to have missed from Draconic on that tail slam. Also, don't question the negative 38 budget up there in the top. That's fine. It's normal. It's intended, probably. Probably. There was that suggestion, I haven't gotten to read it, I think, I don't remember who it was by, about adding an aquatic weight class, so to speak. It might be interesting. I have to look into it a bit more. I was kind of busy this weekend and only got the chance to set all this up about an hour ago, which kind of took a while, but that seemed like it could be a good idea. I'm not sure. Again, I'd really have to look into it, but it might be neat. Might be worth something putting time into, putting an aquatic weight class. I don't know. I mean, I do want to watch aquatic fights. It was always just hard to think about it, and for a while it was really only like 2 dinosaurs that were really aquatic, quote unquote, when I first came up with the idea. Like, it was really only Sarco and Spino, and like at the time it was pretty clear cut on who was going to win. It was going to be Sarco, just because they were going to sit on the tail for how the water mechanics worked, and then there was a big refresh in water, and then there was more aquatic dinosaurs. But I mean, even with at the time, at least I don't even know now, the short name I call them Kais. They were not going to stand a chance. They got 3-shotted by Sarcos when they first got released. That was why I remember it being. So Indoraptor Toad, I guess. Raptoad. I don't really say it out loud. Indoraptoad. Is seeming to agree with that aquatic bracket probably being a good idea. And from what I know, Indoraptoad is pretty on point with a lot of combat. So might be even more worth considering if Indoraptoad is, you know, advocating for it. And like, I know some people are comparing the idea to the flyers, and the problem I have with flyers is the only two vanilla flyers are so far apart. It's like putting a T-Rex versus a Latin. Like, it's, you know, possible for one to kill the other, but like it would take forever, and it wouldn't really be that exciting to watch happen like 3 times in a row. It could get kind of dull. It could really wear everyone out, and that's always the issue with these championship fights. Is I want to give the fighters a chance to actually prove that they can continuously beat the opponent, and give that chance. But again, like just I don't want to wear people out, because like the Kentro fights was a good example from like a month or so ago, and that would really wear down on people, and it really slogged the fight. The bracket, I guess, when it reached middleweight and Kentro was in it, and it was just dominating. And Kentro doesn't belong in heavyweight for sure, but it can kill everything except for Pycno essentially. And like, it has a little bit of trouble with Daz. I think I moved Daz up. Anyway, it has like a little bit of trouble. So would aquatic just be categorized as a weight class, so it would be strictly water combat? And would semi-aquatic have to stick purely to water if paired against a mostly aquatic dino like Sarco? Yeah, I mean, I think that if I even, let's say I did put an aquatic tier, I think it would have to have semi-aquatics in it for it to be worth anything, or else you just have, again, another 1v1 scenario. And generally in this game so far, there aren't a whole lot of like good matchups that are like balanced, that could go either way. There are definitely some, but most of the time there is like a meta, and like it's kind of like rock beats paper in a scenario. And so like you have direct counters, and like things that are just objectively better than others. And again, there are times when there is a fair fight, when you have two dinosaurs that go against each other, and it is just down to skill on who wins. That is straight up true. However, it seems like most of the time there is just objectively better and objectively worse dinosaurs, and when it comes down to just two, the chances of those two having like fair chances against each other in head-to-head combat, because some of the dinosaurs are just designed to not fight. They're essentially more role play or run away or something like that. Like that's all they were intended to do. Like really weren't meant to carry too much weight. At least that's what it feels like. I'm not entirely certain about that. Obviously, I didn't design the game, but that's what it feels like. There are just some dinosaurs that just don't seem worth it to play in a combative sense. They might be fun for some people. It's perfectly fine, but so like I think it would have to have semi-aquatics for it to even be considered an idea, because if it doesn't have semi-aquatics, then like what's even the point of putting another 1v1 scenario? That's the whole reason like the lightweight got dissolved for the time being, is that it felt like there were just 3 dinosaurs in lightweight, and it just didn't feel like anyone was going to choose anything other than one of them. And it's like, I can't just leave Packy down there and put like Latin and Dean on, because Packy will just win. Like, just will. Like, there might be some players that could turn the tide, but like, on average, it was pretty stacked against the Raptors when I dissolved it. Maybe that's changed recently. Could be wrong. Seems like they hit back and forth. This is going a bit slow. Yeah, I mean, like that's I think I would have to do, even if it's something that would objectively stand no chance, like Conk, like Concavinator. I don't think is gonna win if someone chooses Sarko, but I would still toss it in there just so that it makes it feel more beefed out. Concavinator still has swim, right? Yeah, I mean, when they changed water, I almost that was almost the time that I got too busy to even play anymore, and it wasn't even worth learning the water combat. So I mean, I might be entirely wrong about that. I just remember it being when water before it got revamped, and it was much more like the Isle kind of swimming, if that makes sense. And by that I mean Legacy Isle at that point. Uh, it was It was very much like if you wanted to kill a Spino as a Sarco, it was pretty easy. You just like stood on top of it and you just bit its sail, and it really couldn't do anything. But I guess that's changed so much. Maybe it is a little bit easier. I just remember Kai just not really standing a chance. Just because it was so much weaker at the time it was released. But yeah, it seems like it might be worth putting some serious thought into how it would work. Finding an arena that would be good for it, which honestly might just be located right back there. That'd be perfect. It could be fun. Oh, it does. I mean, I believe it. I believe that if you get good enough at a dinosaur, you will just win at everything. Like, you will beat the odds. A good player, even at, like, the lowest of low, is gonna beat even the most average Rex player. Like, you can be a Denon and kill a Rex as long as that Rex just fundamentally doesn't understand how to play. Like they keep using the wrong attacks. They fall for fake dodges. They fall for things like fake charges at you. Like if you just run at their mouth and then stop, they'll bite, and then they're on a little quick cooldown. You run right through, you bite them in the face, easy breezy. Like as long as you understand the basics of the game and can expand on it, you will just dominate every other player over and over unless they understand how the game works too and can fight back against that. But yeah, if you spend enough time learning the game, you can definitely beat anything as anything. But yeah, I mean, if Kai is actually that good, that would be really neat. I just never put in any time for it. Just gonna go ahead and I can't do both at the same time, or else I'll reset one of their healths. That's not what I wanted. I want this one. This one should be down here. I'll just apply that, and we'll grab that. Apply. They never took damage, so they didn't get any health back. Easy breezy. That should set their hunger super low. I guess I could have just done their normal / set attribute. Look, been a long day, alright? It's been a long day. I just remember this way being easier. These sliders used to be set at the actual value, like the health is for this, but they are not anymore, and that really annoys the bejesus out of me, so I don't even know if actually I can get attributing. Yeah, or underscore hunger. It's 0. So we can just double check my work here. Make sure I didn't set any unfair advantages, because that would be bad. I forgot to put hunger in. I put it in half. I'm pretty sure I put it in. Yeah, it should be 0. Look, probably is. We can watch and see if their health goes down. If the health goes down, we know we did it right. It looks like it's been going down, I'm gonna be honest. Like we can see 832, and you can see it dropping down as I just click on it. So we know that they're losing health, and we can see them also losing health. So we know that we have set both people's hunger and water basically to 0, if not literally 0, and they should be taking that accelerated damage, just so I don't waste all the other people's time. I don't want to make them sit here and watch a tail fight that takes an hour. It would be a little rude to ask people to join at a specific time and then, never mind, you don't have to worry. This fight will take the entire time. That's a lot of messages. Sorry, I tabbed from YouTube and there was a lot of... Alright. And looks like Draconic is out of that one. We'll go ahead and give them all their hunger and food back. This rain has been going on for a hot minute. Just gonna go ahead and stop that because it's a little bit irritating. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It is very, very difficult for, like, a Dinon, Latin, or Struthy to beat a Rex, but I still think it's entirely possible, especially if you see, like, the players on, like, official. Oh, boy. There's some bad players there, I can tell you that much. It would definitely take a lot of time, especially for Struthy. But I think it's technically possible. Is it improbable? Is it so unbelievably inconvenient? Absolutely. Will not disagree at that point. I promise you that much. Oh, didn't mean to submit that score. To-do. Start that tournament. Put that one. Perfect. Yeah, I would agree with you that it is technically, like, it is super hard for anything to beat anything, but I wouldn't say it would be the most improbable situation. Unlikely, yeah. Not worth the time for everyone involved. I would agree with you on that. It's definitely not worth anyone's time to sit there and chip away at health like that over that long period of time. But could you? Absolutely. I guess I should do like a 3, 2, 1, go. In case they were waiting. Yeah. I can do that for you. Dude. Just pop that right up. It looks like no one's looking over there, so we'll just put that right there. Yeah, no, that's fair. I just remember, it was like a week ago on officials, there was like 5 Rexes in Impact Crater, and I was playing a Latin, and this other random guy was also playing a Latin, and we both pounced on the same Rex, and instead of like running into the water or like spamming jump or anything like that, he just kind of like stood there and bit at trying to bite at us as we were latched on, and let us use an entire stamina bar of latch to bite away at him, and then we walked away. Like, there were other Rexes there, and none of them even landed anything. They just kind of watched. They were talking trash in chat, and they just sat there. Like, this person got a Rex from, you know, a hatchling, juvie, whatever you want to call it, from tutorial cave to full adult, and they didn't run into like the water. They weren't really doing anything. They just kind of tried to bite and that was it. It's shocking how many people are just not aware how to do anything. Like nothing going on, you know. Oh yeah, it's absolutely not worth the time. I agree with you on that. Unbelievably not worth the time. Little tail swing, whole headbutt. I hope I'm not too quiet for you guys compared to the in-game audio or even just the YouTube video. The mic I have is just a nice little like plug-in inline mic for my headphones, and it's not the best. It doesn't. I don't think it personally sounds terrible. It's just really quiet, and then so I have to boost it in Windows for after the fact, and then the boost kind of like ruins the audio a little bit, so it makes it even a little bit worse. It's a whole thing. I'm not really a loud person to begin with. I'm usually on the more relaxed side of things, but who's to say? I don't have to hear it, so not a problem for me, if you know what I mean. You guys get to listen to it. You're welcome. You also get to hear the keyboard. That's the great part. The keyboard is always somehow way louder than me. That's good. I'm just always afraid I'm gonna mix too low, so like the game audio is too loud, or if you had like something else going on, it's just quieter than normal YouTube videos, and that'd be a whole issue for someone, where they feel like they have to turn their speakers up and they're really loud, but then they get a Discord ping, and that just like busts their speakers because it's so much louder. That would make me feel a little bad. A little, not like a lot, a little. No thoughts, head empty, Rex player moment. Yeah, I mean, not to talk too bad, but that feels like most Rex players. And I'm talking about Spacezilla specifically. If you ever see that guy, head empty for sure. Feel free to tag him in the Discord and tell him I said that. Again, it's @ symbol and then period Spacezilla. You can just ping him right away. Trying to respond to someone's question. Sorry. I don't mean to let him go off screen like that, but... Dilla's always offline, that's why you never see him technically online. He just says like random messages sometimes. It's great. He's a dude. Certainly a person who exists. Why is that blinking? Amphibious none. Okay. Ah, there's 2. That's why it's blinking. We'll just delete that. Ah, come on. Ah, it respawns now? They used to just not respawn till server restart. That's annoying. Anyway, sorry. Those are player spawns. Rex in water is more fun than on land. I'll take your word for it. I think I grew a Rex once on Pandora, and I played it like 3 times. Didn't really enjoy it all that much. I grew an EO when that came out as well, and that was kind of fun, but not even for combat. It was just kind of fun to walk around as an EO. I don't know. I don't know what about it was that I liked. It was just enjoyable. In water you can turn and fight? I'd believe it. Yeah, Rex Rex just kind of like, you like run up to each other and then you hold X and you like swivel back and forth like you're smacking your face into the other one, like giraffe fight style. You ever seen giraffes fight? It's like watching that, isn't it? I think that's a pretty good analogy, right? You just like walk up right next to each other and you just start swinging. Officials are spooky? Nah, officials are fun. If you're on official, you should play something mediocrely fast at the very least, because you don't want to get caught if you're playing alone. And if you're playing in a small group, probably the same idea. If you're playing in a big group, you can play as whatever the hell you want. Because groups work really well about killing things, sometimes each other, but that's still something. Lightweight plus balance tail. Sounds fast. Sounds fast and kind of scary. I assume you catch stuff like styes and some like medium speed stuff off guard with that, don't you? You just like suddenly charge and you're just out of nowhere, like way faster than they're like, no, I'm a safe distance. Like I'm not gonna get bit by this Rex, and then all of a sudden you're just on that person, aren't you? Well, it's been another approximately 8 minutes for this fight, so I'm gonna do that thing where I drain food and water, and it's likely going to lead to Draconic not winning, which is a little sad, but you know, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. So I'm trying to set these as low as I can. I'll try to quickly do this so I don't give an advantage either way, because I don't like to do that. But like so far his health is demonstrably lower than what Arms Fort here is. But, you know. It's just how it goes sometimes. Again, I don't want to keep all these beautiful people waiting. As much as fun as they're probably having with this view of the fight. Don't want to do that to them. They are separating for some reason. No one better start eating any food that's left on the ground, I swear. That always drives me nuts. There's a specific reason I removed food and water. Yeah, you are right. Drac not winning does mean you probably win, and sitting down, technically, I don't think it stops you from losing health at the same rate for hunger drain. It shouldn't, but you should technically heal a little bit if you aren't. I can't remember if you heal while you're starving or not. Oh, bye, Endoraptode. I only just saw that. It's certainly good for you. That's true. No offense to Draconic. He's a nice dude, but I almost don't want to see him win, because if he wins, then we have to do one more match between you two. And not gonna be mean here, but like another bars fight would we're already at 36 minutes, so that would take a minute. I did say this one seemed like it was going to be faster. That's ocean water. I would not recommend drinking that. That will not hydrate you. It'll deplete water. Oh, it's RG in chat. Hello, RG. Yeah, unless Draconic just like suddenly gets like 2 tail slams or some magical miracle of a fight here, I think that's over for him. Can't really say what specifically might have gone wrong for him. It seemed like he was the aggressor in most of the circumstances. While being the aggressor can lead to a win, I think in a fight like this it just doesn't. But then you can't really have both people being the defender because that's not how that works. Someone has to be the aggressor, and sometimes it just doesn't lean itself to time-based combat, which is unfortunate. And I wish there was a better way to handle that, but I want to heal. I don't want to do slash. There we go. And we'll just move you right back up there. And we'll submit that, and we'll mark it as complete. Perfect. So the Titan weight is done, and we can just do slash from... Oh, I know how to spell. These are so I can get the IDs later. I'm lagging in stream? I didn't know. I don't know why I'm lagging in stream. What kind of lag am I doing in stream, RG? I guess I could ask. I feel like I'm lagging in real life, honestly. My brain's just kind of just gone. Oh, it's gonna be bright. Oh no, that was actually really good. That was a really good guess on time. Okay, so with Titan weight done, we can move on to... That's probably not how you spell intentional, and I just gave up halfway through that, and... Oh, bloody hell. Alright, look. Oaf, yeah, I meant to say of. It's E2. So E underscore. Oh, that's a dash. Jesus, I promise. I know how to use it. I've been spelling since I was like 3. I promise. I know how to I know how to use a keyboard, guys. Oh look, I know this looks bad. Please just we're just gonna whoop. And you're a stego. Wait, were you always a stego? Did I put you in? No, wait. Oh, right. Kentra was in heavy. I know I just said that. I promise. I'm totally sober. I have not had a drink in weeks. I mean, I guess no one else is really... Well, Ethereal is a chance to show from middleweight. Anyway. Assuming they're waiting for a go. Yes, they were. Okay. I don't know, sometimes I think people just go AFK, and it's always hard to tell, and I feel bad if I start and no one's ready, you know? That's why I like just a little, like, I'm ready or something in chat. Just so I don't feel like I'm starting something off. I don't want to restart, and it just feels mean to someone else. I don't know. It's always hard. It feels hard, alright? That's honestly what I really want to see is some good group PvP, like 1-on-1s or 1v1s, I guess. They're fun, like they can be neat, and especially since they're not all mirror matchups. I don't know, I don't really like mirror matchups. It just ends up being kind of boring in my opinion, but it's my opinion. Uh, some group fights, 10 slots, be awesome to watch. It would be cool to watch like 10 Latins take on like 2 Rexes or whatever, some crap like that. Just because anything that fits into 10 slots is how the group fights work. You can sign up for those in singular weight classes as you'd like. Like 2 Spinos versus 2 Rexes. Like, maybe we know how that goes, but it's still fun to watch 2-on-2 instead of 1v1. Or like, how many Seratos can fit in a group? Like 4 or 5 versus like 3 Aloes. Like, that's a fun one to watch. All that stuff is open. 10 slots. Fill the group. You have to be able to group with a thing. Can't be herbivores and carnivores in a group. You have to be sharing the same group, and I will know because you will have colored name tags when you're in a group. Well, I think you spawned in... Yeah, I didn't really set up the aquatic spawns. I'd have to do that. Sorry. I already did that. Duh. Oh, I'm sorry. I will put you back. So it looks like in this fight so far, Kenshiro, unshockingly, is not winning against the Stego. It just seems like the way it goes. Okay, sorry about that. Take care of something real quick. Should be all good though. Oh, yeah. Oh, and there it goes. Not sure if this is really a fight that's necessarily possible to win, especially with, you know, me removing food, because it removes the ability to essentially heal again. Well, as you would say there. Hope so. Yeah, there. Okay, just making sure. Usually that gets a response out of people when you shake them. I could, and I've done that in the past. I don't know, I've just been off today. I was used to back when this had actual numbers for all the extra stats, and you could just drop it to 0 and hit apply, and it was done. And it was super easy. No effort really required. I just haven't felt like putting on a notepad and all that stuff, because hunger drops in pretty big ticks usually, so when I put it down below 1, it's almost instantly consumed, and you're at 0 anyway. And if one tick of damage of like, how much damage is it? It's usually just over a few points of damage. If one like tick or 2 of damage is the decision maker on a fight of multiple rounds, that seems highly unlikely. But yes, I could, and I've done that in the past where I just copy and paste the set attribute command. In all honesty, when I put the hunger and water down on Kintro, ETIB, it wasn't like I needed to put it down on the Stego, I just did to be fair. But we all knew watching that the Kintro was going to starve out before it could even do enough damage to kill the Stego. That was just effect of what was happening. I just didn't want the Kinshiro to run around the edge of the map for the next 20 minutes until it healed up, and then go back in for 2 swings, and then run around the edge of the map again. Like, that is a strategy, and you may win an official like that, but I don't want to make everyone wait and watch that happen, because we still have 2 other weight classes to do, even if some of these people aren't even here. Still other people. So, yeah. That's just how I felt about it. RG's going... Oh, that's Queen. Queenie's going full spin. You can just see the shadow of the EO spinning. Yeah, I'd believe it. I just have to make sure that, like, the stereo doesn't like turn or stop or do anything shocking. I honestly didn't expect anyone to pick Kenshiro when I put it in heavyweight. I'm gonna be straight honest with you. Put it in heavyweight because it didn't really fit in middleweight, but as soon as I put it in heavyweight, I just knew that I was setting it up for death, and it is mean. But currently, Kenshiro dominates everything other than Pykno, and when Pykno gets its nerf of not being able to charge and do full damage at like half a foot away, it's probably gonna be able to take care of Pykno. Because it won't do very much damage unless it's like the Kinshiro's over here and the Pykno's over here, and it charges the entire distance and lands it. So unless that changes or Kinshiro gets a huge nerf, like, it's just a little too strong for the little fella. But yeah, I totally believe that they could. Oh, well, that works. And that would be a win for USA. 1. That's a C. I promise I can spell. I don't want to spell the whole name. There's a lot of letters going on there. Yeah, this is kind of what happened like 2 months ago, except it was, I think, literally 5 Kintros in a row. I misspelled it. Jesus. There you go, Maddie. Copy and pasted it. Just treat. I misspelled that one too. That's embarrassing. That copy and paste was also not ready. It's fine. Copy and pasted it just for you. Are they about to both just start drinking water? Don't really know what people's thought process is when they do that. When they like try to find like some roots or whatever to eat, or clams or something to drink. Oh, swimming. There goes all the stamina. Oh, right on the head. That was a major hit. Yeah, definitely all the stamina's gone. I don't think this one's gonna work out for for USA, which is shocking. I don't think going to the water was the right move for them. There they go. That's a lot of work. I'm just gonna. This is a whole lot easier for me. Is it a little rude? Sure. Ah, I misspelled it. Yes. Clock it. Yes. Look, man, I don't know why I keep hitting C. Swear it's not my fault. A goal. Almost a good bait, but it just didn't turn out right. Ah, just the hitbox being right over. It's a shame. Well, they traded. was not a great trade for Glockit, though. Maybe it did. Maybe you did. We're almost coming up on 5 minutes here where I'm just gonna again remove hunger and water. Keep things moving along. Snuck right under that tail. And again. Getting right in that danger zone to sit in. All those golden opportunities. Right on the tip of the tail. There they go. I should be at zeros again. Should be able to see their health just dropping. I think the Kintro needs like 2 hits on the Stego, and at that point can just let it die of starvation, assuming they don't get hit at all. There's like 1. That might actually be enough on its own. Who's to say, though? That was a big hit from the Stego. But I think the Kintro just managed to retaliate that right back. Heavyweight. Heavyweight. Yeah, I mean, this is... Ugh. Big hit to the Kintro. And there it is. Well, that is pretty shocking, I'll be honest. I can move him right back up there. Mark that as complete. And we'll move right along to middle weight, which is lacking. We don't have bone, I don't think. And ethereal is also not here. So and we'll mark that as complete. That just leaves lightweight, which again is lacking everyone. Or featherweight. You broken track? Get broke. Great. I don't think this will take very long. It's honestly just a little bit more for fun than anything. They balanced the damage between the two a bit more. I remember for a very short time, at least after the Pounce update, Latin just dunked on Denon. Like, absolutely decimated for no apparent reason. Or maybe she's just wearing like a heavy weight or like a hide, but not skin. I will say I think the most impressive fight was the Kensho Glock, I don't know, versus USA Stego. That was a very shocking win. I think we were all taken back by that. think it just healed me. I misspelled it somewhere. There we go. No. I'll just put you guys closer. Oh, double bite. Looks like Gabby's come back even harder this time. But will we pull through on this one, Gabby? Can we get through it? That's the question. Is it enough? Oh, taking some hits. Still might be in the lead just a little bit by health, but we'll have to see how that goes. Oh, jumped right over it. I always hate when you boost into someone like that and it just kills all your speed. And you're trying to catch up to bite them and all of a sudden you're not even running anymore. It just stinks when that happens. Oh. Feels like Gabby's really turned the tide on this fight. Oh, expecting that jump. And there it is. 1-to-1. Got them before they spawned in. It's always a good one. Ah, see that happens every time. Boost right into someone, you're dead. You just stop right there. Didn't know this was Warhammer? I didn't either. That would be Draconic. You see a magic trick? Classic. I'm really curious if Kitty Cat here has got the Night Stalker, I think it's called, ability equipped, as it's turning night right now. She plays it out for a minute or so. Probably get a major advantage. You want to see a magic trick? It's like 13 health. Man, I really suggest that if you ever want to get better at combat, honestly, ask Gabby if she's free to 1v1 or something and fight her. Apparently, she's just really good at everything she plays. Because, my goodness, I didn't think it was going to be going like this. I mean, there is still plenty of opportunities for Kitty Cat to win, but Gabby's just been leading since the first death that she had. Being the aggressor and everything. And so yeah, if you want to ever practice, honestly, ask Gabby for a 1v1. Seems like the way to go. how do you spell that name? Social. Rain, that was, I knew there was something in there. Well, at this point, it was nice of all of you to join in on the championship fight. I assume that the reason there weren't a ton of people this time mainly has to do with the holidays we just passed. So that's probably a big contributor. I'm expecting next month we'll probably have at least double the amount of people at least signing up. So you can expect to see that. Hopefully I can incorporate a, what's you call it, aquatic tier. And if you like playing modded, planning on changing out some mods on the 8th. That's the plan currently. Should be at